Hello everybody, welcome back to BareRose Garage. Well, as you can see, we're back in Idaho. We had a great time at the No Name Nationals, and I'll fill you in on more of that. But while I'm on the subject, and I'm right here next to the Mercury, what happened? You seen the Mercury, she didn't make it. Well, like I said in the other video, I got about 40-50 miles out of town, and she started ticking pretty good, and started to lose oil pressure. I'll show you what happened. Okay, we're back in the shop now, and as you can see, Plan A is still in the shop, the 58 Fairlane. I haven't given up on it yet, but, well, we're going to get into all of that. What happened to the Mercury? Well, it's actually a pretty common thing with the FEs. Let's see if I can find her here. I got the culprit right here in my hand. On an FE, this is one of the push rods. You can see they're just a ball like that. Nice little ball on the end of this nice little rod that rides down on the lifter and comes up and pushes on the rocker arm. Pretty simple, right? You've seen all of that. Well, what happened? Well, here, I'll do a side-by-side here for you. Here's the one that went. You can see it's sharpened down almost like a pencil. And it's got the nice little tip on the top there. Ain't supposed to have that. What's happened is, well, when I got the car and I first drove it home, I noticed little tick. Well, I figured it was just a lifter that wasn't pumped up, that had bled down. Why? Because it sat for about 15 years. It's pretty common. You got kind of a 50-50 shot if the lifters are going to take and pump back up. All the other ones pumped back up, and the tick went away, and then it slightly come back as it would warm up. Well, what had happened, I can show you there. Yeah, she whittled that sucker right down. So what it was doing is the rocker arm wasn't holding tension. The lifter down here on this end couldn't pump up enough to take up the valve lash to keep it from tap 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 here and tap 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 here. You know, when this is a little loose. And well, it sounds pretty simple. You just put another one of these in, right? Well, I don't know how long it's run like that. This car's a mystery, so I'm suspecting it's got a lot of cam wear on this lifter. It's on the driver's side. It'd be number 7. I had to think there real quick. Anyway, so this is what shut the Mercury down. Now, driving around town, this car with this lifter in it and this push rod in it, it would probably last another 10 years. Wouldn't be a problem, just stop and go driving, because it's got enough oil pressure in it to hold it up in place. It only happens when it gets really warm, under constant RPM. And well, with 3,200 miles round trip, you know, this is something I didn't want to risk. Going down the road, that could have spit this and flattened the cam, and then I would have lost a cylinder, and this push rod would have been floating around in the valley there just raising havoc. And yeah, it was a recipe for disaster. I didn't want a chance, so I shut the car down, brought it back home. We jumped in the wife's daily driver, her little 2021 Ford Edge, and we continued to make the trip to the No Name Nationals. And boy, am I glad I did, because it was an event like no other. This whole time I've been trying to figure out a way that I can describe it to everybody who didn't happen to make it, but there's no describing it. I've heard some people compare it to the way racing used to be. Well, kinda. Yeah, that's kind of a way to describe it. Everybody was there to help everybody. Everybody was there to meet everybody. And it was just a good time. I mean, my wife, it's everything I can do to get her to go to a car show or a car event. And I'll tell you what, she's already hooked for the next year. She's hooked hardcore. In fact, she wants to race, desperately wants to race next year, which gives me the opportunity to build another one. Now, get that out of my greasy hands here. Things I've learned in this though. I'm going to trailer it. I'm not going to risk the drive. It's just too far. More than likely the event is going to be in Sikeston again. There's some ups and, you know, the track is possibly going to be sold. So we don't know what is going on, but we know it's going to be, we're definitely going to have another No Name Nationals, and chances are it's going to be back in Sikeston. So I'm going to plan, well, you know me, I have backup plans all over the place. I've already gotten offers to, hey, I'll drive you down. You just pay my entry fee, and hey, yeah, you know, no problem. It's another spectator, and that's something we need to concentrate on for next year's, is getting more people into spectator seats. And I know we can do it if we all pull together, and we're gonna do it. We know all the bugs and everything from this first event, and honestly, there were no bugs. The whole event went seamless. There was no real hiccups along the way. One of the biggest, coolest things was all the call outs. So it made it like no other kind of drag racing event. They had bracket racing, they had other, you know, the 10 by whatever, I can't remember tire size, but the small tire shootout, they had that event going, you know, those classes. But in between all of that, they had call outs. So there was constant action going down the track. Everything was moving and shaking all the time. Very little dead air, except for a couple of times when big block 402, I'm sorry, yeah, he kind of lost the motor on the big end, and yeah, shut the track down for a little while. But it's racing, you expect that going into it. Other than that little hiccup, which wasn't much of a hiccup because everybody was in the pits talking to everybody. It was amazing. Like I said, I can't describe it any other better way than, I believe, Dust Devil. You nailed it, man. It was like a family reunion that you actually wanted to go to, and he nailed that perfect. That's what the No Name Nationals was. It was just a group of car guys, real car guys with real life budgets, having fun. That's what it was all about. And like I said, my wife, who I struggled to get to go to a car event, she had that time of her life. It's just hard to explain. You have to be there, and I hope to see you all there next year. But what am I bringing next year? Let's get on with the show, BareRose, come on. Anyway, this 58 Fairlane, well, goes into my backup plan. You've seen what I've done with it so far from my past videos and everything. Well, I got a drawback on it. Now, like I said, I've already got offers. People are already offering to help me trailer one down because they want to go to the event. They want to experience it too, which is cool. But, you know, last minute things can happen. So I do have a lightweight car trailer. Now, I looked up the wife's edge. It's the titanium package, you know, it's fully loaded. And one of the fully loaded things it's got on it is a tow trail. It's got the tow package. Now it'll haul up to 3,500 pounds. And that includes the trailer weight. So you know where my noodle's going. I got to build a car that is under that, plus the weight of the trailer. You know, I got to stay under that weight limit and get something that's going to run down the track. I got an idea, and most of you already know it, and it's directly related to this one. Let's go take a look. So everybody, here it is. The build for the 2023 No Name Nationals. That's right. It's another 58 Ford, but this one, the reason I'm choosing this one is I know Ford's secret on this one. This is a 58 Ford Tudor. I know. Duh, it's got 2 doors. That's actually the way Ford named them back then. A Tudor, T-U-D-O-R, was this one. It's their base model is what it is. It's stripped down to nothing. And I know the secret of that one. This is also Ford's NASCAR. That's right, this is the one that they put into NASCAR. Why? Because it's the lightest one that they have. Now, curb weight wise, I know internet numbers are all over the place. You can't trust them, right? I agree with you. But the curb weight on this, I'm just going to round it off and say it's a 3,000 pound car. That's fully loaded with all the interior, everything in it. Now, I've also done my research, and the Y block and the straight 6 that comes in that are actually about the same weight as a big block Ford. Now, what engine am I going to put in it? I have no idea. It's going to be the engine that runs at the time that it goes in there. That's what it's going to be. I'm currently on the look for a Ford top loader. If I can get my hands on one of them, it's going to have the 460 in it. If I can't do that, well, this one's running and going. I've already got everything I need from the other 58, the Fairlane build. Now the Fairlane is a heavy car. It's got about 400 pounds on this one, bone stock. So yeah, it's too much weight for the trailer and the little Ford Edge to get this all the way to Sikeston. Now of course, if I had a truck and all of that stuff, which people have already offered to do, just as long as I pay their entryway in, you know, that's great. But I can't take the risk of them, you know, things happen. They can't get off work, they start a new job, all of that stuff. You know, you got to take that all into consideration. I'm going to make the build specifically for the wife's daily driver, so it can haul it if everything else fails. That way we're for sure going to get a car there. Now, this car, like I said, more than likely it'll be the 460 with the C6 in it. I've already got everything set up for that, but if not, I've got a small block Chevy that I can put in it. I really would like to go 3 pedals with it. I'm a true manual person. I love manual gauges, manual chokes. I'm a manual guy. I like to put the power in my hand and the feel all in my hand. But she wants to race the car. Well, I better put an automatic for her to do that. I don't have time to teach her how to power shift, and yeah, that takes way too much practice. So it's more likely it's going to be an automatic, and if it goes that way, it's probably going to be that 460 with the C6. If not, I've got Chevys that I can put in it. I've got that 318 Mopar with the 727 I can stick in it. Whatever runs, that's what's going to go in it. But in the meantime, I got to get it ready. But I got another secret, and you guys have all seen it before. I've got another parts car, identical to it, right here. The problem with this car, I cannot get a title for it because it went through the junkyard. I can only use it for parts. And, well, when these things are all done, I want to drive them too. So I want to be able to put them on the road and have fun with them. So this one, it's out. I can't get paper on it, so it's a parts car. But it's a perfect parts car for that one there, which is actually in pretty good shape. It just needs everything from this one to go on it. And I have access to more of them too. So this is the cheapest way for me to do it, and the fastest way I can get it done for the 2023 No Name Nationals that I hope to see all of you there. Even if you can't make it for the event and take a car down the track, you got to be there. And if you don't have a YouTube channel yet, now is the time to launch your YouTube channel. Go out, just film videos, and this community, if you put the work in, this whole community, this whole No Name Nationals community that John and Dallas have built for us will come together and get you out there and make it happen for you. Some good examples are Dizzy Izzy, Roger. Take a look at his stuff. I'll put a link to him down here even. He actually was so close. Oh, there was another one too. Mopars, Mustangs, Mopars, and minivans. Boy, I hope I got your name right. Him and Colleen, great bunch of people. They were a little shy on their sub counts, but they made it there. At the gates, they were able to get enough subs to actually participate in the event, and they had a great time. And we had a great time with them. I mean, they actually had cars there. I didn't. I was just there by myself, well, with my wife, without a car. And we had the times of our lives. I can't recommend it enough for you. If this is something you're kind of thinking about maybe giving a try, there is no time like now than to get it started. Just go out, shoot video, any kind of video you can possibly think of. Just get it out there, and if you want to do this No Name Nationals 2023, get involved with the community, get involved with the lives that are all going on. I'll be having a live come up this Saturday. It's almost every Saturday at 7:30. I throw a live up. Come on in. Engage in the chats, make friends, and it'll all happen for you. It's a lot of work, but when you think about it, it's fun work. And when you do something you like to do, you never work a day in your life, right? And that's what this is all about, having fun, doing what you like to do, and hey, sometimes this stuff works. So in the meantime, I'm gonna get busy getting this thing ready to go in the shop so I can get it out there for the No Name Nationals 2023 and have a great time with everybody once again. And to everybody out there this year, I can't name you all because I would leave somebody out, and I don't want to leave anybody out. It was such an honor to be able to reach out and shake a hand and actually meet the person that we watch all the time. It was just phenomenal. Just like Dust Devil said, it was like a family reunion that we all look forward to going to every single year, and that's exactly what it was. So hope to see you all out there, and with any luck, we'll be bringing the 58, just a little smaller one than the one I was working on. We'll catch y'all on the next one. In the meantime, get out there and get some metal hot, and we'll see y'all next.